Welcome again to Flipping into First Year, the podcast where we give you all the tools to prepare you for your first year here at UTSC and the Department of Management. I'm your host, Kelly Curran. Here at the Department of Management, I'm the coordinator of the First Year Learning Integration Program, better known under the acronym FLIP, and I'll be taking you through a little journey every 2 weeks, introducing you to a new UTSC service who will provide you with some of the resources, tips, and tricks to prepare you for a successful year. So this is now our second episode, and if you've missed our first episode, please check it out via the link to our podcast folder on your bi-weekly Flip Summer newsletter. So on today's episode, we're going to be focusing on a highly anticipated topic, how to prepare for online courses. Whether you're anticipating being in person during the fall semester or you'll be remote learning from home, you may need to take 1 or 2 online courses, and we want you to have all the tools you need to be prepared for them. So today we'll be chatting about some tips, tricks, and challenges of the remote learning environment, as well as some other resources and tools that can help you along the way. And we're joined by the lovely Esther Chung from the Academic Advising and Career Center to help us learn more. So to start us off, Esther, can you tell us a bit more about AA&CC, you and your role at the Academic Advising and Career Center?
Hi, welcome to UTSC. Today, I'm going to be sharing some information about how we could support you through your first year transition. My name is Esther Chung. I'm from Academic Advising and Career Center, and I work as an academic and learning strategist. So the first question that I wanted to answer is, what does Academic Advising Career Center offer in terms of academic and career support to students? So what we do is, from the moment when students are admitted into UTSC, we support students with course and program decision making. So during Get Started through June and July, we support students with learning about selecting courses, what kind of tools are available, and how to choose courses based on the programs that are available. We also support students to understand academic policies and make decisions around choosing courses, dropping courses, academic standing, petitions. So there are many things that students are probably wondering and trying to decide related to the academic policies on campus. So we help students to learn and understand the policies and try to make decisions based on their circumstances and their needs. We also help students with study skill building. So we have workshops and study skill peer coaching that are available. On the career side, we help students explore career options and find different pathways in terms of building opportunities and finding opportunities on the Career Learning Network, and help students to write resumes, cover letter, and prepare for interviews. We have job search strategies, career exploration workshops that you could sign up for. And we also have job shadowing program where you could shadow professionals and lots of different virtual sessions and fairs. So please check out our events by logging into Career Learning Network, cln.etoronto.ca. And you could take a look at what kind of events we have, and we have a ton of resources on our website.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. So one of the main things I wanted to ask here today are, what are some of the common questions you get from first-year students?
So first-year students are usually concerned about choosing the right courses and how to choose courses based on the programs that they want to study. So we help students to explore different kinds of program options based on the career options that they might be interested in. And we also help students to adapt to the academic learning environment by learning about different types of academic resources, ways to connect and engage academically. And we also help students to navigate the different types of web system, student web systems such as like Acorn, the timetable, the registrar's guide, and so on. Sometimes students are concerned about their academic standing because they're not doing so well. And students are assessed at the end of their first year once they complete 3 credits. So we talk to the students about their academic standing, how they're doing in their courses academically, whether they are using the right types of study strategies, whether they really like the type of subject that they are studying. You know, maybe there's another program that would be a better match. So we come up with some strategies and resources that will help them to achieve their goal and create some pathways. So next year in March, we will be hosting a Choosing Your Program Month. So you could attend the virtual fair and virtual sessions to learn about what kind of programs are available and learn about different types of career options and hear career stories from professionals. So you could log into Career Learning Network to sign up for these events. And you could also look at the first year course, First Year at UTSC, which will have all the resources and information that I'm going to be talking about today.
Thanks so much, Esther. And I know students are really wanting to know, how do you think a student can best prepare for starting their first year here at UTSC?
I think the biggest challenge or concern for students is meeting the academic expectation. So going from high school to university, it's a big jump, especially I think within the environment that we're in, everything being online, and living through a pandemic, it is more challenging, and online studying is not as engaging as in-person learning. So that's quite challenging for students, but we do have a lot of supports available. In terms of strategies, I would recommend attending every single lecture, synchronous. If it's asynchronous, make sure that you schedule a time every week to watch a lecture. So if you're able to build a routine and do things on a regular basis, you're going to be able to keep up with the work. And I think that's probably the biggest challenge, time management and learning independently, keeping students being able to keep on top of their work. I would recommend students to read and do the prep work before the course. So the reason being is that if you're able to do the reading and the prep work, you'll be able to get a sense of what the course material is and all the different important terms and theories and so on. If you are listening to the professor lecture about a topic for the first time, everything is going to be new. So everything's going to seem important. So you'll be busy writing down or even typing the notes rather than actively listening. So if you do the prep work beforehand, you'll get a sense of what it is that you're trying to learn. When you listen to the professor, then it will be a second time you're being introduced to the topic. So you could make connections between the reading and the prep work and what the professor is saying. So then you can make connections, and that's really helpful in learning the material. And access all the resources on campus. So for example, there are a ton of academic resources such as Math and Stats Learning Center, Writing Center, English language preparation. The library has research help, assignment calculator. A lot of students don't know about that. So these resources are featured under the Academic Supports and Resources module on the first year at UTSC course. And of course, we offer study skill peer coaching and workshops. And also, I would say, don't just focus on the academics. Try to engage and become part of the UTSC community. So you could participate in different types of virtual social sessions that will be happening for first year, starting in the fall. And you could connect with other students. And it's really important to feel like you're part of the community. And I know it's quite challenging during this time because a lot of courses will be online and you won't be on campus, but we are able to connect virtually. And the first year peer mentors who are going to be facilitating these events are really great. So make sure that you look at all the different events that are coming up through the first year at UTSC course and sign up for those events. And, it's a really challenging time for students, especially because of pandemic. So a lot of students are feeling maybe anxious or feeling down. So we do have lots of mental health resources at UTSC and also off campus as well. So things like Good to Talk. And there's also an app called My SSP that you could download and you could talk to a counselor 24/7. You could also talk to a counselor at Health and Wellness at UTSC.
So one thing that I've heard is that the Academic Advising and Career Center and the First Year Experience Program are collaborating this year, and you're going to offer a First Year at UTSC course. Can you tell me some more about that course? It sounds very exciting.
So next question is about the First Year at UTSC course. I already mentioned that this is something that's available for students. So all incoming students are registered into this course. So the purpose of the course is to help students transition from high school to university, starting from June of this year all the way till the next year, April, throughout first year. So we will be posting information, and we have started already related to course and program selection. Other topics include academic resources, study skills, degree and program planning, building experience, career and job search related support and strategies, opportunities to connect with other students, navigating the campus, and wellness and safety information. So all these different types of modules will be rolled out throughout the first year based on the academic cycle, and a lot of it will be posted before the fall session and throughout the fall session, but all the way out to the winter session as well. And you also have a chance to receive support from the first year peer mentors. So you will have one peer mentor assigned to you, probably received an email already, but you could connect and email your first year peer if you have any questions. You could also attend virtual sessions like socials, course selection sessions that are happening right now. We are facilitating supports for course selection with Academic Learning Strategist and first year peers. So we are going to continue to have these kind of sessions throughout your first year. So in terms of international students, we have important information that will be useful in preparing to come to Canada and what to do when you arrive here. So this is a collaboration between Academic Advising Career Center, First Year Experience Program, and the International Student Center.
Definitely. And I think everyone should check that out. It sounds like a really great, helpful program. Now, one of the main things we wanted to talk about today as well was about the remote learning environment. So I understand in the virtual remote environment, there are some unique barriers and challenges that students face. Can you give us some tips about how a student can not only prepare for, but best navigate the remote learning environment?
So I think the biggest challenge is online learning is really difficult, mainly because there's so many distractions, and your mind is more likely to wander if you're in an online learning environment. And there's a lot of research to support that. So to reduce the mind wandering, what I would suggest is, if it's possible, let's say you're watching a pre-recorded lecture that's like about 2 to 3 hours long, pay attention to how you feel. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, your mind will wander. So essentially, take maybe about 10-minute break or 15-minute break in between your study sessions, whether you're reading or you're watching lectures, if it's possible, right? So that you're able to boost your energy and attention level. Another thing that I would recommend is building a regular routine. So set a specific time when you're going to study. Make a schedule. If you look on our website, Academic Advising and Career Center, utsc.utoronto.ca/AACC. And if you look under the Academic Advising and the Study Skills section, you'll find the tips for tip sheets. And you could download a daily task planner, and this could be used to plan out your schedule. And you could look at first thing in the morning, what are you going to do for the rest of the day? At the end of the day, check what you have and haven't done, right? And if you haven't done something, you could move it to another day. What I would also recommend is picking a regular study spot and reduce distraction as much as possible. So if you're studying in your room, don't lie down on your bed because you're going to feel tired and probably fall asleep. So if you have a desk, study at your desk. If you have to, study at a common area and there's not a lot of noise, background noise, listen to white noise or quiet music, right? Prefer, probably something without words so it doesn't interfere with, what you're learning. And put away your phone. Phones are very distracting. There's been lots of studies that show that even having a phone that's turned out in front of you where you could see it could essentially distract you while you're studying. Another big challenge for online learning is procrastination. It's really easy for students to put things off, especially when they could watch the lecture at a later time. So what I would suggest is, instead of saying, I'm going to watch 2-hour lecture or I'm going to read for the next 2 hours, say, you know what, I'm just going to do it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is not as daunting as 2 hours. So you're more likely to get the task started. And once you overcome the hurdle of starting the task, you're more likely to continue. So try the 5-minute strategy. And there's been lots of studies that show that procrastination is not a laziness issue or time management issue. Dr. Pitchell's work essentially says that procrastination is really our way to cope and avoid negative emotions, right? So when you're feeling overwhelmed or even bored, you tend to avoid things, right? So instead of, saying, I'm going to wait until I feel better to start setting, get the task started. Just focusing on getting the task started is helpful rather than, trying to commit to 2 hours of reading. So let's say if you have lecture that you have to watch, just turn on your laptop, focus on doing that. And once you do that, you're more likely to actually watch the lecture. If you have to read a book, just take out the book and put it on your desk and open it up, and you could read the book.
That's just some really wonderful advice. Thank you so much, Esther. I wish I knew that too, coming into my first time remote learning. So another thing I wanted to ask you about, and I think this would be helpful to all the students here listening, is about some of the resources Academic Advising and Career Center offers. So I understand you offer consultations with learning strategists, study skills workshops, and a study skills peer coaching program. Can you tell us a bit more about some of the options students have to build skills for academic success at the Academic Advising and Career Center?
So in terms of what AA&CC offers, we have study skill peer coaching program and workshops. So to help you, we have topics like time management, online learning, gear up for first year, reading and note-taking, test prep. So these are available throughout the year. These are the virtual sessions that I referred to before. And you could also access some of these pre-recorded modules through the First Year at UTSC course, which will be available in the fall session, beginning of the fall session. And we also have what's called the Prep Yourself series, where we invite our partners and on-campus support to talk about what kind of supports that they provide and share tips and strategies. So for example, AA&CC is offering Gear Up for First Year, time management workshop. There will also be sessions for health and well-being, getting involved on campus, career and job search strategies. So lots of sessions will start in the middle of July and all the way through until August, end of August.
So you really have a lot of tools and services available to help students along the way, which I think is amazing. Now, half of AA and CC is the CC, right? The career counseling. So what steps do you recommend a student take in their first year as far as career planning is considered?
So I mentioned that we provide career counseling at Academic Advising and Career Center. So if you're interested in meeting with a career counselor, I would suggest calling us at 416-287-7561, or you could go to our website, www.utsc.utoronto.ca/AACC. Go to the contact section and find their email and our hours, and you could call in or email us to book an appointment with our career team. So they could help you with career exploration, building a pathway to wherever you want to go in the future, looking for different types of opportunities, resume, cover letter, and we have job boards that you could access to actually find volunteer positions and internships. So there are lots of supports available. So we also have our employer engagement team, and they organize employer information sessions. So if you're looking for summer jobs or even looking for a full-time job eventually, you'll be able to attend these sessions and find out about these different types of opportunities. They also organize networking sessions. So if you're wondering about, getting into research or healthcare or tech industry, there are many different types of sessions. You could attend those sessions and hear career stories and talk to professionals.
Thank you so much for that, Esther, and for all the lovely advice you've provided us with today. It's been very helpful, and I'm sure a lot of students are benefiting from this. So my last question then is there any lasting message or piece of advice you'd like to relay to the first years listening here to us today?
So I would say, because this is going to be a transition period, try to be kind to yourself. And I think we all need that, especially during this time. And there's going to be some ups and downs. And, if there are times when you feel like you're feeling anxious or worried, reach out to your first year peer. You can also reach out to Academic Advising Career Center, right? Or even Health and Wellness. So there are lots of supports available. I usually find that students who seek help early and ask questions do much better. So I would strongly encourage that. And make sure that you get connected, whether, and stay engaged, whether it's you're in your courses or even with other peers participating on scavenger hunt or even different types of orientation activities. I would encourage you to do that because it's important to feel like you're part of the community, not just a number, and you're not. So we are here to support you and help you. So Academic Advising and Career Center, we are always here to listen. So if you have any questions, even if you have questions that, we can't even answer, we will make sure that we will connect you to the right support and resources. So, I wish you well and luck, and just know that we are here for you. So have a great summer, and we hope to see you and speak to you soon.
So that's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in again. We want to give a huge thanks to Esther Chung for coming on the show. And until next time, we wish our students a great week as you prepare to flip into first year.